I had a feeling. I had a feeling when I sent Patrick that video that it was a huge mistake, and it was.
This is the first time I've ever gotten Jason. Jason can't breathe.
Welcome, you're listening to Passages, brought to you live from Leeds, Alabama. The gang is here. We're missing Tim, and we have a little ceremony planned for him in a moment. But first, we want to say greetings to our fans in Anguilla. Because we're hot in Anguilla.
Guys, we have made the charts.
The charts.
Top 25.
Yeah, we are number 25 in the great country, or I guess British territory, of Anguilla.
They're so small they can't even be a country.
They can't even be a country.
Now, where is that, Patrick?
I believe it's in the Caribbean.
Okay,
The British,
nice down
the
there.
British Isles.
It is a British overseas territory of the Caribbean region of the North Atlantic Ocean.
The question is, did we have any North American passengers who went down there for vacation and just binged and
Can't think
got
of
us on the
anyone
top
that's been
25
to
this week?
Anguilla.
No, I don't know anybody personally, but we're nationwide. I mean, could be somebody from North Dakota that went down.
Well,
Guys,
look,
we are now,
worldwide.
technically,
Worldwide.
we're international at this point.
we are.
Oh,
Yeah.
definitely.
In 2024, they had about 16,000 people in their population. So if one North American went down there, I don't know they could swing
No.
16,000 people's podcasts.
But
rankings.
if one of those 16,000 listens, it's bigger percentage than if our audience here
I
listens.
don't think you understand how boring it is in Anguilla.
Well, there's
They don't do anything but listen to podcasts there. I'm told
yeah,
that they just from sun up to sundown are binging podcasts,
Well,
one right after
over
another.
they're
and over
sitting
again.
next to the crystal waters on the beach. I mean,
What do you do? You put the headphones on?
I mean, at some point, Jimmy Buffett gets old.
That's right. You better believe it. Bob Marley,
Pretty early on.
whatever it is.
The steel drums ding, 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 get really old quick. Isn't that how they sound? You travel all the time on cruises.
Yeah.
I only know one person that's been on more cruises than you.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know who you're referring to, but I do
either.
like to travel internationally
Yeah.
on cruises.
on
not,
cruises.
Now, we have Nathan with us tonight, which I'm very excited about. Nathan, you do a great job. You're a fan favorite. It's just an honor to work with you this evening. But it's also a sad occasion because Tim is still not here. This is 4 episodes in a row. Tim has not been with us. And he delivered some bad news to us today that
He passed away.
No. No, he's
Jason,
with us.
Can you get a tear out? Tim's
He's with us in the land of the living. He's just not in the studio.
I was so confused for a moment.
The
Wow.
funniest thing you could have said is Tim is no longer with us.
Yeah, Tim is no longer with us.
We lost him
Gone.
until the end of July.
To the corporate beast of
The
America.
man.
The man keeping him down.
Yeah, he's just having to work too much.
I offered to do like in Christmas Vacation when he says, what I want is my boss here with a bow tied on him and go and get him.
Yeah,
And he was like, no.
Yeah.
I think he still needs the job. So
Yeah. So it didn't work
I
out.
got him between a rock and a hard place over there. I hope it eases up so that he can join us before the end of the summer. But he told us today that it's probably going to be the end of July before he can rejoin us. Thankfully, we've got a deep bench. We got a lot in the bullpen. And fan favorite and regular Nathan Har's with us tonight.
I'm here.
He's
Live.
here. He didn't get in any brouhahas or
Not this
fights
week.
or anything.
Not yet.
It could go. We could.
It could
get,
happen before the night is
It could
over.
get interesting in this room
It could.
tonight.
Yeah.
But we have a special ceremony we'd like to perform in honor of Tim. Jason, you want to?
Let's light his candle. Now,
a candle
Patrick,
here.
you were telling us, what is the deal with the candle? If it,
Yeah. So first, it's an in memoriam candle. So we are mourning the temporary loss of Tim.
Yeah.
Also, Tim, you officially have until this candle burns down to return to us,
Or sooner.
or sooner. We would prefer sooner,
preferably sooner.
but you can go no
Lots
further than
sooner.
this candle.
And also, Tim, we haven't forgotten that you're supposed to watch The Princess Bride.
Like a candle in the wind.
And we're going to be really disappointed if you don't get back.
Not mad, just disappointed.
Yeah,
Yeah.
not mad.
We don't get mad.
We just get disappointed.
I really hope I don't sneeze right now.
Oh,
man.
That would be bad.
If you sneeze,
You gotta
all
do
of-
that
Could you
all of-
imagine?
If you sneeze, all
Millions-
of our audio
Yeah.
equipment is
Yeah.
ruined.
$1 million worth of equipment
Yes,
is gone. Gone.
it would be out. Could you imagine? I'm sorry.
Oh.
Cut
We've
that
heard
out.
Okay, for those who don't go to church here, we have heard Nathan sneeze from the control room, like in the auditorium,
I'm
and
pretty.
it's loud enough to turn heads.
I really think you guys over exaggerate.
If
No,
a
you
butterfly
know where you know we're not.
flapping his wings on one side of the world causes a hurricane on the other,
Yeah.
Nathan sneezing on one side of the world makes
no.
Pluto not a
No.
planet
No.
anymore.
Nathan, there
That's what happened.
That's what
senior
happened.
saints in our audience that when you sneeze, they jump like
No.
they're having a
No.
little heart palpitation.
That's why we got the defibrillator.
yeah,
That
yeah.
is, yeah.
Listen, passengers, you got to understand it. It's just a normal sneeze.
It's
It's just a normal
it is
sneeze. It is
abnormal.
not.
Okay,
65% of his head is sinus cavity.
Yeah.
And the resonance it gets is amazing.
I will give you that it's a normal sneeze. It is an abnormal decibel level.
There you
Okay.
go.
yeah.
Okay. But
But
how do
with
you
all that
control
sinus
that?
power
Because
behind
you
it,
just
yeah.
take it comes from the belly, so it goes straight
Well, there's a
up,
lot of belly.
and
That
then-
explains
Doing it right.
a lot of belly. Anyhow, off topic.
So while we're picking on Nathan, Patrick, will you pull up the picture?
Yeah.
Nathan and I have had this ongoing debate about who
You didn't warn
has
me about this.
who has the most hair. So tonight we got a good picture of the two of us, and I would like our audience just to tell us in passing who has the biggest bald spot.
It's clearly Jason.
I am not going to say anything. All I'm going to say is look at the evidence.
Look at all the side hair. Look at the hair at the
I
top.
have had to
you
tell-
got to look at the big picture. See, this is why you always look at the minutia. You got to look at the big picture.
I have told
the
Nathan
whole thing.
length of hair does not
No.
mean
See.
volume of hair.
Correct.
Yeah.
Also, your hair is a little
Very light.
lighter, and therefore it looks thinner. But
Yeah.
I don't think it's as thin as Nathan is making it out to be.
I
I
totally agree.
disagree. I think
Yes,
the
thank
darker
you.
hair forms a greater contrast between skin and hair,
Yes.
Yeah.
which gives Jason the advantage.
All I
here.
know is one of us looks like he's wearing a flesh yarmulke.
I'm also not sure Jason's not juicing. I mean,
You think he's taking a pill?
well, he's looked like that. He's been there in that
you're
same
taking a
spot
pill.
for 10
You're taking a
years.
pill.
No meds.
We might have another fight
I
tonight.
take enough pills without having to take a pill for
You're
that.
taking a pill.
No, no.
He's
pills for
not
that.
going to admit it.
He's
you know,
taking a
he's
pill.
not going to admit it. If he's
I
doing it.
will
Or a
pull
gummy.
up-
Are you taking a gummy?
I can pull up
You
my
got a gummy.
Well, not for hair loss.
Hey,
but
well,
anyway,
we
I
had to
just-
get Nathan. I mean, we're the three bald male white dudes.
We are,
Yeah,
so
let's
now
get
we're
a
back to
mayo.
three. Yeah.
We were sitting. Okay, so
Look at Jake's face. He is startled at the lack of hair on Nathan's head. So anyway, I just thought that was a good picture to bring up. But let me move to my story.
Well, hold
before
on. Let me
Nathan
tell a
punches
quick
me.
story. Yesterday. We were sitting. Somebody had come over to do some swimming. Scarlett lessons, and she's over there swimming. And she comes into the house, sits down. She wants a snack, so we get her a snack and everything. She sits in the couch next to me. I turn Bluey on for her, being the nice host. She looks at me and says, "You're really bald."
Oh,
Out of the mouth
Wow.
of babes comes
kids will
truth.
say the
Yep.
truth.
The harsh. I looked at her and I
Yeah.
said, "I'm not."
the harshest
Look.
of truth.
If we undo your strategic parting, there is
How old is Scarlett? Two-ish?
old enough to be blatantly honest.
Yeah.
She's got a mouth on her.
She
It
does.
hurts. It hurts.
She's old enough to talk.
I
That's for
grabbed
sure.
their snacks and I said, "You're not having any more."
You turned Bluey off.
Turn Bluey off. Go home now.
No more Bluey for you.
No more pool.
No more swimming at my pool. Anyhow, sorry.
Before you get started,
Yeah.
I want to do a little promo here.
Oh, yeah.
So last October, I came out with a novel entitled Out of the Thicket, which we plugged shamelessly on this podcast many times. I'm wanting to kind of pick up the pace with the sales a little bit. So I'm running a deal that will last from Friday, June the 26th, 2026 to July the 3rd, 2026. So there's a week in there that you can get it for Kindle for $1.99.
Celebrate America 250 by picking up your copy of Out of the Thicket.
Oh, you should have made it $2.50, not $1.99.
Why did I think of that? Well, we might run another deal before the end of the year for $2.50,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
right up to July 4th, that would have been perfect. It's less than that though, $2.50. Now it's in honor of that, but also it's summertime. People are wanting to read more books in the summer. You maybe going to the beach. Hey, you can't. I mean, I'm practically giving this thing
Yeah.
away. I'm not making any money on this.
It's an excellent book, people. Excellent book.
It will edify you. It will entertain you. It will stimulate your thinking.
Might scare you a little.
It might be a little scary, but it's a great beach read, and you get it now while supplies last. I guess Kindle, the supplies are endless, but
They are.
the deal $1.99 is not going to last forever.
Just remember, go to Kindle/Drew's deal. No, I'm just kidding. That's not really.
Amazon.com is the only place you can get the
Maybe
Kindle
you could
version.
put a QR code in the podcast
Maybe
so
I
they
can.
can just scan it.
Also, it is important to know that you don't actually have to have a Kindle to buy a Kindle book. You can read Kindle books on your laptop
Right? Or your phone.
or your phone on the Kindle app. You don't
I use
actually
the
have
Kindle
to own
app
a
a lot,
Kindle.
yeah.
Kindle app is free.
Yeah.
So, you get it for, just reading this book, $1.99. You can't beat it. The paperback's still up for $18.99, but I mean, there's a big difference in those prices.
There is.
So take advantage of it, folks.
I think it's a great deal.
Awesome
Yeah.
deal.
Hey, and you can gift it to other people through Kindle too, I believe. I believe there's an
wasn't
option
aware
to
of
do
that.
that. Yeah, I believe you can.
It's a great idea.
Yeah. Share that book.
Yeah.
Buy.
Like to get it in as many hands as possible. It's not about making money.
No.
It's the message we're wanting to get out there. So
And for
Out of the
America-
Thicket.
And for America's 250, if you don't buy it, you're not very patriotic.
Yeah. Why do you hate America
That's what I want to know.
and bald eagles?
That's the slogan. Out of the Thicket, $1.99. Why do you hate America? Thank you.
That should get the sales up. Okay. So have y'all heard about all the giraffe controversies going on in the news?
No.
Well, guys, giraffes, they're awkward animals, long legs, bodies are kind of normal size, huge long neck. Well, a year ago, let me pull up this article. A year ago, baby giraffes vanished from a roadside zoo that was being investigated for animal cruelty. 2 baby giraffes. And I don't think a baby giraffe is like you hide it in your purse, right? I mean, the thing's got a long neck. Vanished from a troubled Virginia roadside zoo. I've never been to a roadside zoo. Have y'all? I can't imagine they're really fun. But it disappeared and no one has seen it. Alicia Silverstone, the actress, put out a $50,000 reward for information leading to the recovery of these.
She knows it's dead.
But it's
And she just wants the credit for it. She found the body
She
weeks
knows
ago.
it's dead.
we don't know how they were found. That's not in this story by the New York Post to get a little advert out for them. But investigators,
So this is a real story.
This is
Okay.
investigators have found them, and they have been brought to an animal sanctuary where they are being taken care of. They disappeared when the owners were charged with animal cruelty, multiple counts of that, and 28 animals in this zoo were found deceased. Not a good zoo.
Like just a pile of bodies.
I guess that's the way it went.
Is this in like West Virginia or?
This is in, it says, hang on. It was in Virginia, right? It said Virginia.
West Virginia, because there's
This
a big
says
difference.
troubled Virginia.
Trust me, if you've
This
been to
does
West
not
Virginia-
say. Does not say West Virginia. This says
Virginia.
Virginia. Natural Bridge Zoo in April 2025. But guys, how do you hide giraffes? Like, how do they just disappear? I mean, you can't put them in the backyard. Your 6-foot privacy fence, people are going to see them.
Yeah, it's a little hard to hide a giraffe.
You can't really keep them in your house unless you've got really tall ceilings.
These were baby giraffes, though, you said.
They were, but
Maybe.
a baby giraffe is a pretty big
It's a big animal.
giraffe. Yeah, we're not talking. I mean, try hiding a pony. I mean, it's the same
Yeah.
thing. They're still big animals. But anyway, they have been safely found. So for those of you who are worried about giraffe safety, I just thought it was crazy that they had disappeared and someone had been hiding them. But then
Stories like this is why we're number 25.
That's right. You
In
can't get this anywhere else.
Anguilla. Now, in researching that, I have found out, and I'm sticking my neck out here on these.
Oh.
Gracie.
We've just been leading to that this whole
disdain.
time.
Yeah, the
That's
whole
why I was
story.
going to work it in here.
That's
That's
why
why I
he's got
picked
the
the
whole
stories.
story.
Yeah, it's too late.
It's never too late.
Gracie the giraffe has now vanished from a Texas ranch. Who knew that people just randomly had giraffes on their ranch? And the owners are now offering a $5,000 reward.
That's a little chintzy after the Silverstone 50,000.
Well, this one has not been seen in 2 weeks, which is puzzling the public.
That's fine.
The giraffe named
Puzzling the
Gracie
puppet.
disappeared from Cedar Hollow Ranch and was last spotted on a game camera west of, is it Lakey, I guess, a small city 100 miles northwest of San Antonio. The search for Gracie, whose neck is roughly the size of a whole human adult, will continue. This is a full-grown giraffe. Will continue into this week after a tip failed to lead rescuers to her on Tuesday. The ranch's manager told News. Okay. Go ahead.
I just want to know. I'm just quickly scrolling through some news articles over here. They have not said where they found them, the giraffes, the missing
babies?
giraffes.
My bet's in a Taco Bell burrito or something.
but they
That's
put
the
them,
kind of meat they serve there.
But they put them in.
Oh, they were living. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
yeah.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
See,
The one
you should have
missing-
kept that button handy.
But the one missing right now, is like 14 to 16 feet tall. How can you not find that? I mean, it's like a small dinosaur.
Is that the
moving
one
through
that they give the
wilderness.
description on? I read one
Oh, I haven't
where,
seen
where
that.
they gave a description and it was like it's spotted. It has round ears
And
and,
a
a
long
long
neck.
neck.
Yeah.
I'm not kidding you.
That's a pretty sharp.
Like-
Yeah.
So it looks like a giraffe.
It looks like a horse with a really long neck. No, I just don't know how we're losing giraffes. They should not be. They're
There was
huge.
monkeys before.
Monkeys,
As
they're
we
small,
reported,
and they're
you know.
smart. Are giraffes
And
smart? They don't strike me as
kangaroos.
smart.
We had kangaroos
kangaroos.
loose
They
in
were
this
on the
country.
loose. Yeah.
And now giraffes.
What we have is a problem with animal control.
We do. Hey, would we get flagged for playing a clip from the Andy Griffith Show?
Let's try it.
So can you look up Barney Fife, giraffes are selfish?
Oh, I'd love to hear this.
It's good.
Someone
I don't
put
know.
the
I'm
headset
assuming
on?
it might be.
You probably
might
should.
Wanna,
Okay.
You might want to.
If you haven't noticed, Nathan is
I just don't know what to-
anti-headset.
It's weird.
It's weirder
It's okay.
for it to be
It's-
laying on the
You
table.
do you, Nate.
I
Do
gotta- yeah.
do you think we need the video with it or just the?
I think the video enhances. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, give me
Do you
give me a
think?
second here.
Do you think the fact that the giraffe has been missing for 2 weeks
We'll watch
means,
Nathan.
means that
I
it,
can't
figure out
stop
a-
recording. I can't get this part
Yeah,
out.
it's got to be a dead
a
giraffe,
Texas
right?
hunter has taken it out?
It's on somebody's table.
Yeah, they thought it was a safari.
It's cold cuts now.
Taco Bell.
Just gave up.
Just gave up.
well,
well,
they
once he
are.
gets the video
Those
up,
headphones are really
shut up.
complicated.
What's wrong with them?
It just
Yeah,
it's too big.
perfect.
What adjust?
Well,
them.
adjust it.
Are you a grown man?
Get the cord off your microphone.
It is like working with a toddler.
Hey,
I love him though.
he'll fight you.
He will, and he's stronger than I am. If I can get him off balance over the chair, though, I might be able to take him to the
Get
ground.
him under with that center of gravity. Any luck?
I found it. I'm just trying to find the part of it
He
here.
starts.
I don't think I've ever heard this.
Yeah, the
episode
little
of Andy
boy's scared
Griffith.
of the lightning.
Yeah,
and Barney's trying to make him feel better.
Yeah.
Let's see what we got here.
Maybe once I hear it, I'll remember it.
Give me a second. I wasn't prepared for this setup here.
Yeah, I'm sorry to throw that at you, but
What is this?
I
That's
didn't
how
know
we do
Jason was going
things
to talk
here.
about giraffes.
That's how we do things here.
Needs to be.
Boy, giraffes are selfish. Just running around looking after number one. Getting hit by lightning.
Giraffes are selfish. Bet you
They
didn't know
it.
that.
That's obvious. Well, I mean, that one got away by himself. He didn't take anybody with him.
No. Well, you'll have to keep us posted on that missing
If
giraffe
we find, I can't remember the giraffe, Gracie, the giraffe,
Gracie.
I think.
Gracie.
If I
in
find
Virginia.
no, that
No,
one's
that
in
was
Texas.
Texas.
Oh, Texas,
It's
right. We
hot in
found the Virginia one.
Texas.
Yeah.
It's out there near San Antonio.
Well,
It's
giraffes
dry.
can handle, aren't they from Africa? They can handle the heat.
Yeah. I don't think they can handle the Texas hunter, though.
No. And the trees aren't very tall in Texas.
And the coyotes.
Goats.
Mm.
Yeah.
Anyway, I just thought a little giraffe. Why did I not do animal news? We should
Oh,
have got a crikey. Critter Chronicles.
Critter Chronicles.
It's too late.
We're getting rusty.
We're old.
Yeah, we took.
So in New York City, no, in Virginia, there were two. Oh, sorry, I'm not going to start over.
Oh, okay. All right. Nathan,
What are you bringing to the
what's
table?
been
Nate?
going on?
Just life. You know, we just got off a cruise
Again.
a few months ago. And my wonderful brother-in-law.
Can't hide money.
No, stop.
Just can't hide it.
No, my brother-in-law is a good.
I bet it wasn't
prankster.
Carnival.
It was Carnival.
Oh, okay.
We didn't get in a fight either. That's just another news topic. But my brother-in-law basically has now put my name on a Facebook post before the cruise and said, anytime you go up to this guy, say, "Hey, Nathan, how are you?"
Your
Every
name
time.
and your picture.
My name and my picture is on Facebook. I never met these people before
This was a Facebook group for this cruise. And he said
That you were not a part of.
that I was not a
Yeah.
part of or aware of.
and he said, "Hey, if you see this guy,
Yeah, say hey.
yeah,
Every time, the whole cruise, people said, "Hey,
It's a
Nathan.
great
Hey,
practical
Nathan.
joke.
Hey, Nathan."
That is really
Hey,
well
Nathan.
done.
I would have
good.
no idea. Good to see you. Like I knew him. Like one
Yeah.
time, we were sitting that first time it happened. We're at Rainforest Cafe. I walked out. Said, "Are you Nathan?" I said, "Yes." He shook my hand and walked away. Like I was supposed to know him. Like,
Wait, where was Rainforest Cafe? On the cruise ship?
no, well, there was
Oh,
before. This is even
before.
before we got on the ship.
Oh,
Somebody
wow.
saw me. I said, "Crystal, this is weird," and I didn't know what was going on at the time.
And she played dumb.
They all played dumb.
yeah."
And then Skylar has now posted this TikToks of
It's just one TikTok.
Yeah, it's just TikTok,
Just one.
old man.
well,
Just one boomer
I posted it to the TikToks.
to the TikTok.
some people were giving me high fives,
The Tic Tacs.
hugs by random people, fist bumps.
Well,
Yeah.
that sounds like
Did you
torture.
feel fantastic at the beginning? I mean, it's got to feel great to be
It's weird.
celebrated that
It's
way
weird.
by
I could never
strangers.
be a world famous person.
He's been on so many cruises, he just thought people recognized him
Well,
from
at
the
first I
previous
thought, well,
cruises.
maybe somebody had met them before on a previous cruise, and I just didn't remember them.
because you've been on so many cruises.
I mean, they all run together.
They all start running together.
So this is the video Skylar has put together of this remarkable event, and there's one gentleman.
Nice. Just
And
random guy.
random pictures,
What selfies?
hugs.
Oh, whoa, the hug. Wow, lots of hugs.
Do you think they thought it was a Make-A-Wish thing?
It's very possible.
Is Nathan too old for Make a Wish?
No, you're never too old.
Never too old.
Just
They
you
might
know.
have thought he was not very old mentally.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So that's the latest news.
That's great.
Happened to
That
me.
may be the best practical joke
That
I've
is
ever heard of.
really, really smart.
It was.
What
I
it was
give your
wild.
brother-in-law a lot of credit for
What
that.
at what point did you figure out this was a joke? Did
When
they
the
ever
cruise
say
director and I were, there's a big production show with all of the people in the center stage type area. And she was playing a game, and she called me on the stage, or called people on the stage, and we were playing a game with her. And everybody was hey, Nathan, from the stage. And now the whole cruise just started.
They thought it was Make-A-Wish.
Make-A-Wish. Yeah, probably so. Peace.
They're like the poor kids on his last cruise.
This last,
Poor guy.
This is it.
He's not going to make it. So
no,
it's very
he's
awkward.
he's still got many more to go.
But it's weird, though, when you're walking down
I bet he's got
at
3 more
breakfast
books
and you
this year.
already
don't
booked.
expect somebody to walk up to you and say, hey, how are you? Because, I can't, I'm
You're
going to
rummaging through
breakfast.
the
Yeah.
memory banks trying to
I'm
think of
telling
this
you,
person. I
who they
know this
are.
person
After
somewhere.
2 hugs, I'd have rigged
Yeah.
up something to keep people away.
You're gonna have
from
to get in the lifeboat and paddle back home.
I would have had a fence around me or
If they'd
something.
heard that sneeze one time, they wouldn't have
That's,
given you a
that's
hug.
true. That's
Gave
true.
the whole ship COVID with one sneeze. Smoke went out the smokestack when
Yeah.
he sneezes.
For people who are bedfast or ailing in some way, one of the biggest issues is the toilet. How do you get to the bathroom?
Yes.
There are
That's awesome.
people that go into nursing homes just for the reason that they can't get from their bed to the bathroom. If there was just some solution,
Any solution. really.
and the little potty chair just doesn't get it done. There are some people that'll use the potty chair.
You still have to get to the potty chair.
You
Well,
got to
and
get on the potty chair.
disposal of the contents of the potty
And
chair
then it
gets
just sits
really
there
bad.
next to you.
It's bad.
Well, in
Bad.
China, they figured it out. And I am excited to share this with you guys. A robot toilet. What will they think of next? This is the latest in technology. It's going to change the
How
world.
does this work?
Here we go.
I want you to see this. It's a
Just
robot.
Tell me, how does this work? Is
Oh,
there
hey,
a
you're
is
gonna
there a
see-
video
just
of
wait
this?
and
I know
see.
you have questions. They're going to answer all of your questions.
You will be the first person I know that buys one of these.
You're going to want it.
Awesome. So you don't have to leave the bed. You can just.
Well,
Hey.
let's,
Well, I mean,
let's
you-
see how
there's
it
gonna
works.
be a
have to.
demonstration.
Let's see how it works,
Okay,
Dan. Let's see how it works.
All right,
Here we
go
go.
ahead.
Here we
Let me see how this thing works.
It's very dramatic music.
At the 2026 Shanghai International Aged Care Expo, a Chinese company called Yueban has built the Xiaoban, an AI-powered robot toilet that actually drives itself directly to your bedside.
What was that about that?
Just like in the demo video. from
Patrick, you're
Yueban,
going to like this
someone
toilet, by
in
the
bed
way.
Yeah.
only says
Oh, there's
the
a
command.
feature that
Yeah.
you're all over.
Okay.
在呢。
The robot, docked and quietly charging in the corner, wakes up with a
She
friendly
called
voice
it.
response.
我要上厕所啊。小班来了，请稍等。
The bad
Once
thing
it
is you have to
arrives
learn
and positions
Chinese.
itself
Yeah.
perfectly, the Xiaoban handles
Oh.
everything automatically. It assists with toileting, provides warm water bidet cleaning,
Yes.
followed
There
by
it is.
warm air drying.
Yes.
There is sealed odor control with activated charcoal filters and dual
There it
UV
is.
There's the
sterilization
bidet.
to keep
Oh,
things
wow.
hygienic.
Yes.
When you poop, the solid waste goes into the robot's internal bowl.
What if
and
it's
the
not
system
solid?
is designed to contain it cleanly during the process.
Probably works the same.
I think so.
After use, the robot drives itself back to the docking station.
know what all the
or aligns
yellow
with your existing
dust
household
particles
toilet
are.
and extends a disposal arm. There, an internal low-noise grinder
No
processes
way.
the solid waste.
No
along with
way.
liquids, breaking it
Please
down
don't
into
show
a
this.
slurry
Got a grinder.
Please
They
don't
can't-
show
they
it.
cannot show
without
it.
clogging pipes. The whole thing is designed to be odor controlled throughout, thanks to
Sure.
the filters and sealed system, so the room stays fresh.
No
So
problem.
It self
Then,
cleans itself.
the robot runs
Yeah.
a full self-cleaning cycle. As pressurized water jets scrub the bowl,
No
UV
way.
light sterilizes and neutralizes
UV
any
light.
remaining odors.
Just like at McDonald's.
Fills its fresh
Take care of
water
it all.
tank and recharges its battery.
McDonald's.
They got those.
They have UV lights
China,
at McDonald's?
it launched
We
with
got 'em
a
on the
price
wall.
of $4,000. But some demos
for,
and
like,
international
bugs.
reports mention higher figures like $13,000, possibly for fully featured or export versions.
You
Okay,
know,
now-
if you're having to hire somebody for home health just to get you to the bathroom, $13,000 doesn't sound too bad.
It's like 3 months of home health.
Now,
Maybe 4.
I think you definitely though are gonna have someone come clean that thing. I don't think it can actually clean
Hey,
itself.
there's
what I heard was self-cleaning.
Guys.
UV radiation.
Yeah.
The stock measuring robots at Sam's and Costco can't get it right.
Yeah.
And all they're doing is reading barcodes rolling around the store.
It looked clean to me. That woman
Now,
sat
if
on
they
it.
build that thing with a fold-out squatty potty, I'm all on.
I bet
They'll
you,
add that.
I bet you that's an add-on
It needs to be.
for
Looks
another.
like
there
this-
are other features.
Looks
Yeah.
like the spoiler on a car. It just comes down. Your feet go up.
Look,
And then you're making rainbow
Craziest thing I've
sherbet.
ever seen.
Look, Drew. You with this Roomba toilet, you had me when they said bidet. It had me when they said bidet.
I knew.
Oh, so you're
That's
getting one.
warm
You-
water
you're-
bidet.
warm water bidet.
So you
And
use a
air
bidet.
dry.
Nathan. Okay, first of all,
doesn't listen
never
to the
used
podcast.
one.
First
Trust
of all,
me.
Nathan, you don't listen to this podcast, and it shows.
Well, I've never
Second
used
of
one.
all,
and there's
This
a lot of
is a
questions I
common
have.
theme on the
Second
on
of
the
all,
program.
Nathan, let's ask your questions. Go on. Let's hear him.
This
Patrick
might have
looks-
to get edited out though.
No, no,
'cause
no.
You're like,
we've
how
had-
does it work? Like,
It's,
do you even wipe?
I don't know if we can say wipe on the air.
Do you clean yourself?
Hold on. Let me.
Get that dump button.
Yeah,
ready.
yes,
All right.
Nathan. You. Yeah.
It goes.
See, I didn't know that.
Yeah. Well, you don't.
I thought it
Have,
was an air dry situation.
Look, you're
which
not-
would take a long time.
Well, it's different. That's drip dry.
So
Air
you
dry
have one
is
at
it
home?
blows
You have
warm
one at
air
your
on.
house?
Yeah.
You have one at your house?
I have two at my house.
What do you mean in each?
Multiple toilets.
Oh, so you just sit down, plop down, and like you're getting a bath.
Well,
That's what I
It's not
envisioned.
quite like that. It's a small stream of water that cleans the appropriate area. You can either choose to sit there and drip dry because I don't have the fancy ones with the water, but
Okay.
with the fans. They make them where they'll blow dry you.
I didn't know that either.
Yeah. And so the is to dry yourself off. You're not actually like doing that to clean yourself because the water's already done it for you.
Seems to defeat the purpose. If you got a
Well, hold on
Yeah,
though.
you got a WIPE already,
Hold
Yeah.
on though. Like what? A couple squares of toilet paper to dry with versus how many squares of toilet paper does it take to clean?
But what's the point?
Cleanliness.
But it,
Freshness.
Okay, you can't.
maybe try some fiber.
Well,
I'm just gonna sit here and listen.
it's still
I'm just gonna push my mic away.
Look, Drew, your
can-
video said poop, so it's still poop.
Okay, yes.
Yeah.
Okay, but
Nathan, if you are walking down the street and and
just walking
What?
down the
Walking
street.
down
and
the
you
street.
hear something squeak.
If you're going down to first
This
and
is
you
the
feel the
jumping the
sun
shark
burst,
You're walking in the hall and you feel something fall.
Podcast.
if you're walking down the street or you're somewhere and your hand, let's just say your hand accidentally comes into contact with some poop. Maybe not human
What?
poop, but just some poop.
what?
Dog poop, cat poop, anything like that. Anything disgusting.
What street is he walking
Anything
down?
gross.
doing?
Anything
What
gross.
does this have to do with wiping?
Hold on, if you'll stop
him
long
in.
enough, let me talk.
I don't understand.
Let
Where
him
is it
talk.
going? Okay.
Look,
If I run into some poop somewhere, I'm just gonna
yeah.
walk down the street and
Yeah.
poop, grab
Hey.
it.
hey, look, people,
It can happen. It can happen.
You were obviously a target for practical jokes. Maybe
Okay,
someone hides
okay.
$100 bill in
Hey,
some.
I would have grabbed the poop.
Yeah. So your hand comes into contact with some fecal matter.
Feces.
Okay.
Some feces.
Okay.
Are you going to go take a paper towel and just wipe your hand off? Or are you going to stick your hand under some running water, maybe a little soap?
Okay.
How's your butt any different?
Good point.
Why would you not wash yourself?
But then you're getting up wet. The cold water's splashing.
No,
And
it doesn't.
a separate
there's no
water flow.
splashing.
And from the water flow, it looks like it's at an angle.
No,
like
it's
angling.
No, up. Up.
If you look at
It's going this way.
rewind the. We're gonna have to
No,
edit
it
this
was
all out.
angling
Trust me.
up. It was
Because
angling
I was
up.
not angling up.
The water.
Up. It was angling up. I can't do that either.
We've lost.
What have we done?
I'm telling you. All right. Okay. Let's move on. I told you we shouldn't have brought this up.
So our passage this week is about self-control. I had a feeling when I sent Patrick that video that it was a huge mistake. And it was.
This is the first time I've ever gotten Jason. Jason can't breathe.
He can't.
He's going to be out for a while.
I'm crying.
Do we have another episode of Andy Griffith we might need to play? To bring some wholesomeness back to this.
Here we go.
Nathan,
have you got, Patrick?
Let's just say that the bidet is angled appropriately.
Okay.
To wash the appropriate area. And all you got to do is dry off when you're done.
Okay. But you're still drying off.
If you want to, you could sit. I mean, you could use it as an excuse to sit there, I suppose.
Okay. Just move on.
Look.
But hey, the robot, this is a great idea.
Yeah, it'll help.
Like, I think it's going to help millions and millions of people be able to, just get out of bed, scoot.
And people worry about, are we going to run out of jobs? Well, there's you a whole lot of jobs.
Yeah.
Dirty jobs.
I don't know about that word job now. There's a job. We're gonna need people to repair these things when they break down because I've got an emergency here. Can you get here by 2? I can't hold out much longer than that.
Yeah.
I need my robo toilet to.
What do you call it? Do you name it?
By 2?
By 2.
I got a number 2.
Who does number 2 work for?
Why did I say 2?
Okay, we've lost it again.
All right, Patrick.
All right, let's.
I don't think I can top that.
I don't think he's gonna make it. I really don't think he's gonna make it.
We might have to go get the AED for
Jason. Oh, anyhow. Okay.
All right.
Candle's still burning.
Still burning.
Tim, we really miss you.
Yeah.
Get back soon.
Okay. $45 on Amazon. You can have one here in 2 days. Give it a shot. Is all I'm saying.
No,
Give it a shot.
Yeah.
Give it a shot. All right. Have you guys ever heard of Slinger, Wisconsin?
No.
All right. Well, in Slinger, Wisconsin, there is the Slinger Super Speedway, and twice a year they hold an event called Slam Fest. And I came across a video of one of the events that they put in Slam Fest, and I'm not a big racing fan. I was intrigued. I think I'm just going to play the video and not try to describe it. I think it's pretty self-explanatory. This will get us off camera for a minute while Jason calms down some.
Maybe his
all right.
face will turn
So here we
back
go.
to its usual color. Whoa!
He's on, he's off. I don't think that counts. He didn't swing and a miss.
What?
So the goal here is to
have you
get
guys
onto
ever
the-
been riding down the interstate and you see a car carrier in front of you and you're like, I want to drive up on that thing?
Yes.
Well,
Yeah.
here's your chance.
Not as easy as it looks.
Not as easy as it looks.
Wasn't it Knight Rider that used to do that?
I think
Yeah.
so.
He drove in the
Go
back
right
of a
into it.
semi truck. Yeah.
Yeah.
Close that back end up, and you
yeah.
don't even know where did Knight Rider go.
This is the kind of racing that I could get
Well,
behind.
and the other cars are just trying to keep him from getting up there.
Yeah.
That's. He's up there.
Does
He's
that
up there. He
count?
got it. Yeah.
All 4 wheels off the ground.
Yep.
Braden Shavlik in the 0-1.
Where is this at?
I don't know if I
It's
would
in
rather
this
drive
Wisconsin?
the cars or the
Wisconsin.
truck pulling the
Wisconsin.
trailer.
That's what I was thinking too.
Yeah.
That looks really dangerous.
Yeah.
We need to bring that to Barber.
But
I'd
so
go
much
watch
fun to
that.
watch.
Yes. That would
Or the
draw a
dirt
crowd.
track at Talladega.
Yeah.
There was just one truck with the trailers.
So it
Right.
appeared. Yeah. And there were maybe,
So-
6 or 7
All the cars are fighting for the
It'd
same
be better
trailer.
if once you got on there, you had to stay on for a whole lap.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
Be a
Because
longer-
that'd give you a
longer
chance
race.
somebody come knock you off of it.
Yeah.
Wow.
I thought that was pretty cool.
That is cool.
As like a, I don't know. I mean,
I would
obviously it's
buy
not
a
real
ticket to
racing,
that.
but yeah, it's a good spectacle.
Now, how many times do they go around?
Until somebody
Until
gets
somebody
on
gets
the.
on.
It's like
Isn't
a
it-
crash
I guess.
derby
Yeah.
Okay.
type
Yeah. Kind of like a
event.
Hey, and
derby.
if you're lucky going up and down 65 to the beach, you might see something like that.
Yeah.
Somewhere
True.
between Alabaster and Calera.
Yep.
Summertime on 60. I got to get on 65 tomorrow. It's going to be
Bad.
rough.
Where are you going?
I'm going to Nashville.
Oh, at least it's north.
Yeah,
That is
north
South,
is-
South
Well,
65 is where
but
it starts.
then I
getting
gotta come home,
rough.
so-
yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
65 south to Birmingham, I think, is worse than 65 north of
But
Birmingham.
then you got to
I
go
would
to
agree.
In-N-Out in Franklin.
Okay.
And
Yeah,
then
I've
report
never
back-
been to an In-N-Out.
And
You've
report
never
back,
been?
Never been.
report
Yeah,
back
yeah,
to us.
yeah.
I've never been to one.
Yes, you have. We went to one in Vegas.
Did we?
Yeah.
I don't remember that.
I think
What
we
happens in Vegas is supposed to stay in Vegas.
Yeah,
did. I
that's
think we did.
Come
But
on,
go
Nathan.
to
We
now
went
they
to
have
a
a secret-
Wahlburgers.
Yes.
okay.
Well, it's you just put it in your.
Yeah.
It's right off the
I'll
interstate.
find it.
Oh, I do remember. Yes, we did. It was good.
But they have a secret menu. Look up the secret menu before you
Oh,
go.
a secret menu.
You want to come with me?
Oh man, I'd love to. Oh man,
I mean, what's
animal
stopping
style. Get some fries with animal style on it.
Animal style.
Animal style.
What does that
I'm just
mean?
gonna say that.
Sounds
No,
kind of
just
gross.
Let Drew report it back to it next week.
Is In-N-Out the one that's owned by Christians? What am I thinking?
Yeah,
of?
it's
You know,
it's a family owned business.
Like
She
a-
just moved to
Okay,
Tennessee.
it's the family business.
Yeah, but I don't know.
We don't have one here, do we?
No.
Not that I know of.
No,
Curious. about it.
In-N-Out is owned by.
one
It
lady.
is a private company, private family-owned company. Owners are devout Christians.
Yeah. So there we
That's
go.
cool.
Try it. I'll be back.
I will. I'll be with other people, so if they, they may
Oh.
suggest something
who's
different.
driving?
Are you speaking up there?
Yeah,
You're driving?
I'm going
Oh.
by myself.
Oh.
So
You're driving by yourself, but then you will be with others. I was going to say, if you're driving, they don't have a choice.
right,
Just
yeah.
go where you go.
Yeah.
All right, Nathan, $45, man.
I think we should just order them one.
No, I wouldn't even. I
Yeah.
wouldn't even know where to begin.
What do you mean?
Well,
I
you
just-
begin with
It begins like every other
it
toilet
begins
trip
where it
begin with
ends.
Well,
closed
I don't even know where I would begin. Let's just say that because there's a lot of questions.
All right, I think we need a quick break to cool
Yes,
off. We need to get
let's-
some air conditioning
because
going.
our next thing is kind of serious.
Kind of
so-
serious.
Okay.
All right, well, we'll be back in a few.
So tell me when you think I cross a line. I'm tipping toeing on the other side. I bite the bullet not to lose my mind. You're probably gonna make me lose my mind. So feeling lonely when I think about it. Fast and furious, I start to doubt it. Typing messages but never sending. Come and get me when the world is ending. I can't imagine that I'd win a fight. I'm lighting cigarettes with dynamite.
Welcome back, passengers. It is this is our normal Bad Preacher segment time, but we're going to change it up a little bit and talk a little about the second commandment. So last week at work, we were standing in the kitchen and somebody brought. Have you guys seen these little Jesus figurines?
Yeah, they're
Somebody-
getting really popular.
Yeah. So these recently popped up at the office, and someone brought this to the kitchen while several of us were standing around and brought up this idea of, does this go against the second commandment? And as we talked, the conversation shifted to things like paintings of Jesus. In some churches they hang a crucifix with an image of Jesus hanging on it up in front of the church. I think we all know Exodus 20 pretty well. You shall not make for yourself a carved image or any likeness of anything that is in heaven above, or that is in the earth beneath, or that is in the water under the earth. in verse 5, you shall not bow down to them or serve them. And it goes on some more. So then we got into this conversation of, it says you won't make for yourself a carved image. And then it says you shall not bow down to worship them. So now we get into this, I guess, semantics conversation of, is that an and or an or? You won't make it and bow down to it. So who's worshiping this thing? Nobody. So it's probably not against, it's probably not, I've just lost all my words. It's probably not a carved image. Or is it an or where it technically is a carved image? And then what do we do about all of the, the likenesses around on paintings and things like that? So,
well, one of those, I don't know if it's the and or the or, splits it into 2 commandments, which means there are 11.
Right.
Right. I see verses 4 through 6 as all the second commandment.
Mm-hmm.
And the second part of that's just explaining what is meant by don't bow down to a carved image, don't serve them. You stop reading here, but he says, because I, the Lord your God, am a jealous God. I'm not going to share my glory with other gods. So whatever this is, they were looking at the likenesses as gods.
Right.
It's idol worship.
Right.
So the question is one of these minifigs of Jesus an idol? Now, this has been a huge debate in Christian history. The first major split in the church was between the Catholic and the Orthodox branches. That was in like 1034, if memory serves me. Roughly 1,000 years into church history, this huge break between Catholic, Roman Catholic, and Eastern Orthodoxy. I was hoping Tim would be here for this because he traveled with me to Russia one time. And we went into several homes, and every home you go into in Russia, at least in the country where everybody's still pretty religious, they have a little icon shrine. And, Orthodox Christians would come in, kiss the icon, or, pay homage to it somehow because they believe that is an aid in worship. And this icon controversy was really, really serious back in early Christianity. One side said, and this is mostly Western Christianity, said, you're breaking the second commandment. Have you heard the term iconoclast? Mm-hmm. That comes from this controversy. Iconoclasts were the Christians who were trying to break the icons, trying to destroy icons and get them out of churches because they felt like it was idolatry. On the other hand, the Orthodox Christians said, this is very important to my religion. I don't worship it. They made a distinction between worship and venerating. And Orthodox Christians have a very different way of looking at salvation. They believe in salvation is carrying the image of God through Christ. And Christ enables us to get closer and closer and closer to that image, although we never reach perfection, we get closer to it. I'm not sure I totally understand the argument, but there's an interesting history behind it, is what I'm saying, where people have really taken this seriously, more seriously than we really think about doing. Now, those who have a real issue with it go to Deuteronomy 4. I'd like to read that. Deuteronomy 4, beginning verse 12. Listen to this and see how it applies to the debate. Then the Lord spoke to you out of the midst of the fire. You heard the sound of words, but saw no form. There was only a voice. And he declared to you his covenant, which he commanded you to perform, that is, the 10 Commandments. And he wrote them on 2 tablets of stone. And the Lord commanded me at that time to teach you statutes and rules, that you might do them in the land that you're going over to possess. Therefore, watch yourselves very carefully, since you saw no form on that day that the Lord spoke to you at Horeb out of the midst of the fire. Beware lest you act corruptly by making a carved image for yourselves in the form of any figure, the likeness of male or female. And he goes on to talk about the variety of likenesses. We don't have to go into all that. But there is a stress here in not depicting God in any form because he's a spirit. And when he revealed himself, they heard things, but they saw no form. Now that, maybe more so than even the second commandment itself, gives pause to the idea of making these images.
But this was written, though, during a time when, in the context of that time, idolic worship of images of things, the sun, the moon, things on earth. I mean, cattle. I mean, was it Aaron that formed the gold that he collected into a cow, basically a golden calf? And so, you know, I'm no expert on Old Testament, but I have the tools on the internet, and you look at the Hebrew word there, it can mean idol or image. And I think the translations, there's various ways that the second commandment is translated, and I wonder if the term image in here is translated in Deuteronomy 4. I hadn't checked that one yet, or Deuteronomy 4. If that image there is the same word that's used for idol, that's interchangeable.
That's a good question.
Because
what ESV have?
It says form, and then there's image, there's idol in some.
American Standard has graven image.
Yeah, likeness of. I saw that in some translations when I was reading this up. And I think...
What about in verse 12, Nathan? You saw no form, there was only voice.
Yeah, it's the same thing.
It says you saw no graven image?
You saw no form. I'm sorry,
Oh,
I was
okay,
reading verse 16.
But I wonder if sometimes...
What's it have in 16?
Sorry, Jason.
No, you're fine.
Carved image.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just wonder if those words are the same, not Greek, Hebrew word that can be used interchangeably as idol or image. Because if you say it as image, then you're talking about, you know, if I draw the sun and hang it up, am I breaking something? And to me, idolatry has in it a deeper context than just an image, making a form or a likeness of. Whereas if you're putting an idol up, that's something you're worshiping. You're putting it up on a pedestal.
Well, he's certainly using form and image in the same context. Now, it raises other questions like you mentioned the minifig, you mentioned pictures, paintings, even statues, I think. Also, what about film and television? A really popular show right now is The Chosen. I've seen debates online about whether that's appropriate for Christians to watch on the basis of this argument, the second commandment. And, you know, there's some practical concerns about it. When you think of Jesus, what image do you think of? And is it an accurate image? And are we supposed to think of Jesus visually, or should we be focusing on his character, his teachings, his actions, his sacrifice, his resurrection? I think that, you know, we have to be careful about shows like The Chosen, although I've been one to commend The Chosen in some ways. I mean, it is moving. It gets you thinking about Christ and the disciples. I know it's not biblically accurate in every way. They take licenses. They're very open about that because they're trying to get into the characters. They give you a lot of background information. But you do start to see that actor, Jonathan Rumi, in your mind's eye when you're reading the Gospels, and that's not necessarily a good thing. Images of Jesus have been misused in the past for racial reasons. You know, this white Jesus you see all the time is not an accurate portrayal of what Jesus actually looked like. No. He was a Middle Easterner, a Jewish person, but you know, that was used in the segregation movement, some ways that aren't very good. So you have to be careful about that kind of thing.
Part of our this discussion or debate centered around, are you worshiping? Let's just focus on this because it's the sort of thing we have in front of us. But if this shows up in your office somewhere, who's like bowing down to worship this thing, or is it just a reminder? Maybe not a reminder to the point you're making of you start sort of, this is what you envision when you're reading the Bible, because this is a little cartoonish, but is it more of a reminder to get people to think about Jesus versus something people are taking? This is where that like and or kind of conversation came from.
And is it just become a clever way for people to say, hey, you need a little Jesus in your life?
Yeah.
Well, and is that an argument in favor of using those things or against? Because, I wonder, and I'm asking questions.
Yeah.
Does it trivialize God? You make him into a little action figure, a little cute thing.
Yeah.
Has The Chosen come up with what the purpose of their show is? I've not watched it.
I mean, it's my understanding they want, it's very well done. And I think they want you to get into the characters of the disciples and of Jesus. And now,
is Christ depicted in the show? Or?
Oh yes, he's front and center.
Okay.
And he's a very popular Jesus for our time. He's funny, he's personable, he's likable, he's in touch with the people, he gives hugs, he's sympathetic, and a lot of these things are true of the historical Jesus. Some people have complained because he studies. There's this episode where he studies the Sermon on the Mount before he gives it. He practices it. People are like, Jesus never had practiced Sermon on the Mount. Well, we don't know that. I mean, I've never thought about whether he needed to or not.
Yeah, neither.
It's an interesting thought. It makes me think. At the same time, you do have to be careful about letting anyone plant an image of Jesus in your mind outside the New Testament. I'm not saying it's wrong or anything like that. The three arguments that have been made to say, relax, we're not breaking the second covenant, is that, number one, the second covenant was about idolatrous images. Like you were saying, you basically made this argument. We're not worshiping the chosen or this minifig. The second argument is, and this is pretty strong, is that the incarnation made God visible in Jesus. So the second commandment was fulfilled in that sense. Of course, we still shouldn't bow down to graven images, but we have the image of God in Jesus Christ. That very language is used. The express imprint of him, Hebrews 1, 2, and 3. And then the last argument is made by, especially those in Orthodox traditions, there's a difference between veneration and worship, which I don't know, gets into semantics too. I venerate the image, I don't worship it as God. It helps me worship God is the answer that an Orthodox Christian would give.
The other thing, if you're just taking verse 4 of Exodus 20 by itself, you can't make an image of anything. Because everything it says, you shall not make yourself a carved image or a likeness of anything that is in heaven above, sun, moon, stars, skies, or that is in the earth beneath, that's earthly things, or that is in the water under the earth, or that is in the water under the earth. I mean, it's, you literally, that takes away your ability to make an image of anything. If you take that as you can't have any images of these things,
art is dead.
Okay, but when you read a book, in your minds, you create an image of that person that you're reading about, right? At least I do. Maybe I'm the weird person.
I do too.
Yeah. So when we read the scriptures, is it then wrong if we're creating an image of that person in our minds?
I don't think so.
I don't know.
I would say no. Because I think it all comes down. I think it all comes down to verse 5.
Visibly, though, flesh and blood. Go ahead, read.
Yeah,
verse
but it's
5.
saying you shall not bow down to them or serve them. That, to me, that's the key of the whole second commandment. Is the first one he says is you're going to have no other gods before me. Period. That's the first commandment. Second commandment is don't make any idols and bow down and worship them. It's almost a stating the first commandment in a little bit different way. I'm the only God. You're going to have no other gods before me. And then he comes back, and it's almost like he's deepening that description of it. You're not going to have an image of anything in the heavens above or the earth below or in the water or beneath the water that you're going to worship in the place of God. It's like he's making a clarifying statement almost from the first commandment. Those two are so closely tied to each other.
Now, I had to start thinking about this when I started using PowerPoint. And I don't know if you've ever noticed, I try to be very careful about picturing Christ on PowerPoint. There was some awful thing that happened at a church my brother used to worship at, where the preacher wasn't very careful with his clip art and his art. And he actually put an image of Jesus from South Park on his PowerPoint.
Oh, no.
He did it innocently in the sense he didn't know it was from an awful show.
Yeah.
But it was a very cartoonish picture that was inappropriate.
Now that is an inappropriate image of Jesus.
And so that happened.
But you have used and you do use paintings from long ago that sometimes do depict a person that I think you're supposed to infer as Jesus.
Right. And I lately though, because of conversations I've had with others around the same theme, I've tried to, like lately I've been doing the Man of Sorrow, the sorrows of the cross. And I just put a crown of thorns on there instead of a picture of Jesus. And there is a painting of Jesus, and I can't remember the artist's name right now, where it looks at the cross from above, which I think is a beautiful idea. It's like the Father looking down, and you see the top of his head, and he's hanging on the cross like this, and you see it from above, and you can't see his face. And have y'all ever watched Ben-Hur? Do you remember the scene with Christ in Ben-Hur? Ben-Hur is chained up, and yeah, that's it.
Yeah, it's Salvador Dali.
Oh, that's Dali?
Yeah,
well, I think there's another one like that, but that's the general idea. Yeah. That's not from above. He's just hanging really low on that.
Right. Let me keep searching.
Anyway. In Ben-Hur, Ben-Hur is chained up with a bunch of other slaves, and they're under forced labor, and the Romans are being evil to them. And they encounter Jesus, and Jesus gives Ben-Hur water. And the Romans are screaming at him and beating Jesus for doing it. But all you see are his hands. They're very careful not to show his face, which gives you goosebumps if you're watching the movie. Yeah. But it's very moving without having to show his face or anything.
Wasn't it wrong? Didn't they avoid even writing the name Yahweh?
Yeah, the Jewish scribes did. When they copied down the word of God, they came to, in our translations, it's capital L-O-R-D, but it's the name of Yahweh. They wouldn't put the punctuation marks in it, so we're not exactly 100% sure how to pronounce it because they never would write it down. They would just use the consonants.
I think that shows a kind of how maybe our level of reverence and respect has changed over the years for sure. Because now, I've had patients come in and give me those.
Yeah.
And I think they mean well, but if I need to rely on a little tiny Jesus on my desk to remind me who he is, I got a lot bigger problems.
And Jesus isn't cute to me.
No.
He's so much more than that. And I don't want to judge anybody.
And I don't think they mean anything wrong. I think they genuinely are sincere in what they're doing. And I can't say that it's wrong. I'm not going to give them out.
No, we're not going to be dogmatic on this. And maybe people think this is a worthless conversation because we're not driving toward a conclusion here. But I think it's good to raise the issue and get people to think for themselves, am I honoring Jesus in these depictions, or am I being a little too flippant? We have to protect the true word. Jesus is the word. And I go back to this. What we need to think about is his character, his love,
Mercy.
his actions, his mercy, the meaning of him. And
I wasn't. This conversation that brought this up happened after we got back from vacation, but we walked through several museums and even a couple of churches while we were in Italy, and I mean, all of the art that are that's in these museums from the time, these, Da Vinci and a bunch of other artists all depict Jesus. A lot of them depict a fatherly figure, I think is implied to be God. Some of them even tried to depict, a Holy Spirit kind of thing in like a, something kind of off to the side. And I just kind of wonder, some of this is the split you were talking about, where the Catholic Church, I think you were saying, is the one who.
Well, they had a strange, they were against icons, but they're okay with 3-dimensional images and certain paintings. But they had, at least early on, right after that split, there were certain rules that I don't have before me right now. But,
well, I mean, you think about, every Catholic church I've ever seen has a carved, literally like in wood, carved image of someone hanging on a cross, typically at the front of their auditorium, sanctuary, whatever you want to call it.
Yes.
Not to mention all of like the artists from long time ago. I mean, they depicted lots of different versions of Jesus. Some of them were really kind of weird looking because it was like the form of the human that was up there was just almost alien looking in some ways.
Well, and the icons had rules. Like if you look at an actual icon of Jesus from the Orthodox tradition, usually one eye is larger than the other on purpose.
Just to make it not quite like.
Did a kid draw this? No.
Yeah. No. Why would they do that?
There's a reason. I should have looked this up, but
I don't know if you know.
I don't know if you can find one of those images, Patrick.
How much of the images, us searching for images of God or representations of him and Jesus, is just the human nature to have a really hard time with understanding and faith we're very visual people. We like to see things. We have a hard time believing if something is real or not if we can't see it. And I think there's a lot of it that comes down to it's easier to see something and develop an image in your mind of what it is for a worship purpose than it is to think of the Bible. This is the Word of God. Christ is the Word of God. And having that faith in the unknown. And that makes people really uncomfortable. I mean, if you think about it, there's a lot of discomfort that comes with that. And I think so much of it is just our nature to search for an image of thing. I mean, we have images of everything.
Well, I mean, just your imagination.
Yeah.
You are naturally going to like Nathan was saying, you're going to naturally envision something in your mind.
And these painters and artists started painting them, and now they've become these icons. I mean, that's a great way.
Well, think about what we do with communion. Taking the Lord's Supper. What are we thinking about there? Mm-hmm. Are we creating an image in our minds of Christ on the cross? Right.
Yeah.
And we even call the bread and the fruit of the vine emblems.
Yeah.
And he needs to be real to us.
Yeah.
We need to think of him as a real person, and all the real people in our lives, we picture them.
I kind of wonder, and I might be over legalizing some of this though, but I mean, think back to early 2000s. I worked at the movie theater when Passion of the Christ came out. That was it's very much like The Chosen in the way that Jesus was a character front and center, played by, I can't remember the guy's name.
Yeah,
Caviezel, thank you. And you got to think a lot of people in their mind, that was Jesus, right? But when I sit in the auditorium in services, during worship, I don't pull up like that picture in my mind or a picture like that in my head when I think about it. I mean, so is there like this is way beyond really the argument here, but is there like a legalistic view of, we have depictions of him, but I don't necessarily like, I'm not,
You're not tied to one.
I'm not tied to one, and that's not what I'm using as
That's
like
not
my
an issue for you.
worship tool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your
not an
image
issue.
should be what the Word of God says of how it was depicted.
There's no physical depictions of him, and there may be a good reason for that.
Yeah.
Well, he was a human
man.
And so your brain is just going to make something up.
Yeah.
Well,
just
the Bible
based on
essentially
that.
says he was an ordinary human.
Yeah.
I mean, in his appearance, there
Right.
was nothing. I mean, he wasn't like Saul who stood out in a crowd.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
He was meek. He was quiet.
Yeah.
He would probably walk in and we would think, oh, who's that visitor?
But
You wouldn't think.
But who's pulling that up like in their mind's eye and saying, that's what I'm worshiping?
But I do think
that to me, when I think about this, that to me is where you go off the rails. I'm not sure like this right here this is just an opinion, I guess, is going to make anyone, this is sitting on a counter somewhere and they're getting on their knees in front of it.
Yeah,
But
not
are-
like an icon.
Yeah.
but there are people who would tell you having those is sinful.
Sure.
Yeah. I think the only danger in that is just trivializing Jesus. And I'm not saying it, just don't let it do that.
Right.
I looked up the asymmetrical split face design. It was a thing 6th century early on. It's called Christ Pantocrator. The reason for it is to represent his dual nature. The divine eye on the left is depicted as softer, more glowing, and looking gently to the side. This represents his loving mercy and divinity. The human eye on the right, often painted sharper, larger, or more stern, focusing directly on the viewer. This represents Christ as the ultimate righteous judge who sees directly into the soul.
And to me, I just see an exotropia.
So that's our left.
That kid should have patched when he was little.
Yeah, it looks damaged, but that would be his left would be the human, the judge side, and our right is the divine side.
This painting also has a common theme that a lot of the other paintings we saw have, and that's this. I'm going to call it a halo.
Mm-hmm.
But most of the depictions that we saw in paintings, which look, some of these paintings are beautiful.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And I mean, they're very eerie and I don't know, telling of something
and old,
very old. And all the depictions that I'm remembering anyway of anyone heavenly. So really Jesus, God, maybe an angel or something. They had this kind of halo behind them.
But that's a Greek person or maybe an Italian person, a European. That's not a
Middle Eastern person.
So
not the image I would think.
But I look at that and I don't think, well, I'm looking at Jesus.
Yeah.
Right.
That they've got it. And I think
you're
with
looking
him
at
making
someone's representation of him, but that's not.
Yeah, and especially, I mean, this is an icon. So this was something that people venerated and came close to worshiping, and there might have been a problem with that. But obviously, they weren't trying to depict the Jesus, or they wouldn't have made his eyes like that. There's a lot of symbols on that.
Just about in Italy, just about every street corner that you'd come to where maybe a street would fork off to another alleyway or something, embedded in a lot of those corners of the buildings were these little, I'll use the word shrine, but this little just cubby hole in the building, in the side of the building. And they would have, they would say like Saint somebody, and it would have some representation of a person. And then you would see where people have left little things on the shelf or whatever, some of them in better repair than others. But I kind of wonder about that too, because, did people get to worshiping some of these saints?
Yeah, that reminds me of Peru. You see
You
people
see that a
leaving
lot,
things
yeah.
and burning things, and that's
One of the
that crosses
hotels
a
we
line.
stayed in one time had a little shrine, and there were, where you could go and burn incense or something like that with it.
And they're not worshiping Jesus when they do that over there.
Yep.
Well, that was for me, a very interesting conversation.
Yeah. Well, thanks for the discussion. I don't think that I intended for us to come to an answer, like I think you called it I've lost the word.
Don't ask me to remember what I said.
Dogma.
Didn't want to be dogmatic about it.
Dogmatic. Thank you. And I don't think we ever intend to tell people, anything that would approach judgment. I think I agree with you after hearing how you described this I'm not particularly worried about anyone worshiping this little piece of rubber, but I think it is very cartoonish. And so you run the risk of trivializing something. But we kind of do that a little bit in like children's,
well, in the bracelets.
Bible class,
we had the same discussion with the WWJD bracelets years ago.
People need to evaluate their own hearts.
Right. That's what I was getting to.
We're not going to judge somebody's heart for if they have that and that helps them
keep their minds
on Christ and love Him
the
more.
Same thing as wearing crosses on your jewelry.
And that's really what I was trying to come around to there, poorly, but people have to sort of manage this on their own.
Yeah.
And it's not for us to necessarily judge.
At the end of the day, each of us individually is responsible for what we believe, how we follow God's word, and we're going to be judged as individuals. I'm not going to be judged by what you've done, Drew, or what Nathan's done, or Patrick. I'm going to be judged for where my heart is, my connection to Christ, am I in His word? Am I being obedient to what it says? And a lot of this stuff is just going to come down to, like you said, it's just a matter of the heart. Because I'm certainly not in a place where I'm going to be judging anybody because I can't see your heart. And my goodness, I got to remove the plank from my eye before I could do any judgment of anyone else. And I think that's where sometimes in different religious fellowships, people get really dogmatic and very legalistic about it. And that's kind of a dangerous place to be sometimes.
Yeah. That right there, I mean, dare I say, might be more dangerous than this little thing.
Yeah, I think so. Good discussion.
Yeah.
All right, we'll take another quick break and be back with tonight's passage.
I'm lighting cigarettes with dynamite. It's about to blow, let somebody know it could be a show if I do it right. I'm feeling lonely when I talk about it. Fast and furious, I've always counted. Typing messages I might be venting. My own ego being condescending. Honey, sweet on the tongue. It must be the taste of the sin.
Welcome back. It's time for our passage, our weekly passage. This one comes from Aldous Huxley. I think this is our first one from Aldous Huxley.
Aldous. What were his parents thinking?
Well, they were
Aldous, get over here.
Get you
Aldous.
Oh, they were British. So
keep going.
It comes from, I believe, a novel entitled Island. And it's him speaking through a character, if that matters. But here it goes. It's dark because you are trying too hard. Lightly, child, lightly. Learn to do everything lightly. Yes, feel lightly even though you're feeling deeply. Just lightly let things happen and lightly cope with them. There's more to that section. We may read a little more of it and get some context in a moment. But it takes me back to something that happened when I was a kid that stayed with me my whole life. It was during football practice, and I was obviously one of the smaller guys, so they were trying me out for a wide receiver. And I was just a nervous wreck, and I would miss in practice. I would miss the pass. I wouldn't catch it, and then I'd just, pitch a fit, just get mad at myself, and hit myself on the helmet or hit my legs, and I'd do that over and over again. You've worked with kids like that in Little League or soccer or whatever, and you see them do that, and they get in their head. That's the way my kids put it with their kids they play with, is they get in their head too much. Well, that's what I was doing. And this one guy said something to me, and I never thought about this. I never considered it. He said, "You try too hard."
Yeah.
And I was like, well, isn't that the point? The harder you try, the better you are. And he just said, "You try too hard." And that has stuck with me ever since then, because he was right. And it's one of the many, it's not the only reason I wasn't good at athletics, but it was a big reason. I never could just settle down, trust myself, and have fun. I was trying too hard. And I do that at a lot of things. And so I believe that opening line, it's dark. I'm not sure what is meant in the context about it's dark, but you can try too hard. Now, another line that I've heard from various sources, I'm not sure what the original attribution is, that it's a little mantra I repeat to myself, especially when I'm speaking at a big thing or I'm real nervous about something. I'll tell myself nothing is momentous. I'll tell other people that too when they're really amped up about something. Nothing is momentous. And you don't want to trivialize your entire life and just say, well, nothing's a big deal, nothing matters. But, nothing is momentous. If you blow it, you'll get over it. There'll be other days. You're not going to change the world with a sermon or a performance or a conversation or an interview. There are important moments, but you can only do your best. That's all you can do. So once you get in the moment, I don't know if I agree with Yoda. There is no try. You either do or you don't do it.
Yep.
Yeah. I think the dark is symbolic there, and I don't know the context. I've never read this novel, probably never will. But in the context, I think it's, so you played baseball. Nate, you were on a baseball team. Did you play baseball?
Not baseball.
So in baseball, they talk about hitters getting in slumps, right?
Oh, yeah.
You get in your head, things aren't going right, and it seems like everything is against you. I think that's the darkness, right? It's almost a depression of, I will never get through this. I will never survive this. And what would your coach say? He'd say, just relax. Stop thinking about the mechanics.
Yeah.
Get up there and hit the baseball.
Don't think so much.
Don't overthink it.
Yeah.
Just get out there.
Have fun.
And basically he was saying, you're trying too hard, relax, and just be light. But when we get bogged down in the trying too hard, or we're getting too deep in how we're feeling, we get into some dark, dark places. And I love the contrast between the dark and this and saying lightly. I mean, he doesn't mean like a light bulb turning on, but there's a contrast there.
There's a wordplay.
We're trying to come out of that darkness where we're beating. I mean, I'm one to beat myself up when I mess up on something. I will just, and much worse when I was younger. I've relaxed a lot over the years. But that's a dark place to be. And like you said, nothing is momentous. There is very few things in life that you can mess up, that you cannot overcome if you're just willing to start over and be lied about.
I think when you were saying your coach, or no, it wasn't your coach, your
player,
teammate was saying you try too hard,
and he was a good player.
Yeah,
so he knew what I was doing.
I think there's a difference between trying too hard and hard work. And kind of what you were saying was, isn't it the point to try hard? I think the point is to put in the work. And
to run repetition after repetition.
Yeah.
But not beating yourself up because you can't do it.
And, you lose a game, give yourself one night of sulking and then get over it because there's another game, tomorrow or
You got
whatever.
practice the next day. Though,
I do have some context for The Dark if y'all want to hear it.
Yeah.
It's not as philosophical as we were talking about.
Okay.
So the main character is going through a guided psychedelic experience on this island.
Oh, cool.
And he has slipped into a bad place. And in what he is perceiving in this experience is literally dark because he's trying to make something happen in like this psychedelic experience. So like he's perceiving no light.
He's on an ayahuasca journey.
Yeah. They called it moksha
Don't
medicine.
make fun of Aaron Rodgers.
Oh, that's like a Hindu thing.
Yeah.
Moksha.
The island's sacrament is what it's called.
Interesting.
I like the
I
balance.
like the philosophical
I
thing.
Yeah,
didn't
of
notice this till after we started the discussion. Some of the things Jason was saying about lightly. The balance of that third line, feel lightly even though you're feeling deeply. So it's not about not caring or being apathetic. It's some way of treating it lightly but treating it seriously at the same time.
It's perspective. It's all about perspective. Like, this is not the end of the world. This may be a big thing right now.
It's a big deal.
But it's not going to kill me.
Mm-hmm.
And tomorrow morning, the sun's going to rise and I'm going to be okay.
And if I fail, I'll learn something from it. If I succeed, I'm not going to let it go to my head and say I'm the best in the whole world either.
It's kind of the depth of your feeling and then how hard you're hanging on to the feeling a little bit. You
lost me there.
You can feel very deeply and then you can not let that deep feeling, what Jason was saying, just take over and control you.
No.
Yeah.
Let's read a little more. So he says, so throw away your baggage and go forward. There are quicksands all about you, sucking at your feet, trying to suck you down into fear and self-pity and despair. That's why you must go walk so lightly. What happened to quicksand, by the way? I mean, I grew up worried about quicksand.
I've never seen
quicksand was in movies everywhere.
I've never seen any.
I always hoped that there was a long vine nearby wherever I got into quicksand.
Yeah, climb out.
Like if I was in the woods and I felt mud, it was like, oh no, I need to find a vine.
But you've seen quicksand in movies.
In movies. I've never seen quicksand in real life.
Like Luke's X-Wing
Joe.
sunk into the quicksand. Yoda had to pull it up for him. Princess Bride.
Oh yeah.
She almost died in the quicksand. Quicksand was everywhere, and then now it's nobody's worried about it.
Nope.
What's the deal?
Big quicksand got to
What's the deal
him.
with quicksand?
I'm good on it.
It's like the Seinfeld. What's the deal with quicksand?
So Drew, in that second part of that passage where you stopped, it goes on just a little bit about it says, lightly, my darling, on tiptoes with no luggage, not even a sponge bag, whatever that is, completely unencumbered.
Yeah, I skipped that because of my darling and sponge bag. I didn't want to say those things.
Sorry. Okay, I said it for you. But I think, it says luggage, and that makes me think, people carry around baggage. We say people are carrying baggage. And
well, it says throw away your baggage.
Right. In tiptoe. Yeah, in tiptoe around unencumbered, basically.
Mm-hmm.
That to me is back to what we were talking about of, you lose the game, give yourself a slight moment of sulk and then move on. Don't hold the baggage in because Amy will laugh at me as I say this, but of the two of us, I don't really hold the stress, and I don't get stressed about things. I don't hold on to it for very long if I do. And Amy cannot understand that. And I can't understand why Amy hangs on to stuff like she does. But the whole like tiptoe with no luggage, completely unencumbered sort of resonates with me in that because, if you can get to a place in your mind where you just know it's going to be okay one way or another.
Yeah, I like the way you put that. It's going to be okay.
Yeah. Like Jason said, nobody died. Probably depending on what you're dealing with.
And if I'm living in Christ,
yeah,
I mean,
You can't really die,
I'm
can
still
you?
okay.
Yeah.
I mean, it's all perspective. Your quicksand question, Google AI says, yes, quicksand is real. People have died from quicksand, but not in the way movie tropes portray. You cannot sink and drown in it because human bodies are less dense than the sand-water mixture. Instead, victims typically die from secondary causes like hypothermia, exposure, or drowning if they're near a rising tide.
But it was a danger when we were growing up.
I was
a
terrified
huge
of it.
I think kids would be better off today if they feared quicksand
I
more.
agree 100%.
They just don't have the healthy fear of quicksand. We've got to get that back into me.
I always
to,
heard
yes.
if you ever fell into quicksand, don't struggle. That's what sucks you down.
Yeah.
If you try to float, which I mean, it's thick, but if you try to float, it will keep you up above. Hopefully you can scream for help.
It cites multiple examples of news articles where there has been people mostly in like around rivers or oceans where they got caught in it.
Yeah.
And the tide came up and that's what got them.
It'll get
So
you.
it is
Remember that
possible.
Atari game Pitfall?
Oh, yeah.
You had to get the vine and swing over the quicksand.
Now, I just pulled
all the
up
time.
It was educational. I learned. I thought, okay.
Did you ever try to beat that game? I couldn't
Yeah,
get past
of
first
course.
level.
No,
It's actually
it was
terrible in video games.
If you go, what's the GNT version of the Bible? GNT. Does anyone know what that means?
Geneva something.
Well,
I
if
don't
you
know.
read it, it says he pulled me. This is Psalms 42 through 3. 40 verses 2 through 3. He pulled me out of a dangerous pit, out of the deadly quicksand. Is how the GNT.
The Good
reads
News
that.
translation.
Okay. I think it was out of the mire is how it was read in the ESV when I looked it up.
Out of the mire.
Yeah.
So even the ESV is anti-quicksand.
Yeah.
See,
What are we? What's happening?
Look, big
I
quicksand
spent-
got to everybody.
I
too.
spent most of my childhood worried about it.
Oh,
that
it was
that and
absolutely. Everybody
rattlesnakes.
did.
top 5 in my top 5 fears.
Yeah.
Snakes and quicksand.
Yeah.
And
So
a lot
not
of that was Indiana Jones.
Yeah.
And I have spent most of my life
Which is education.
outdoors, a lot of outdoor time, and never really encountered a lot of these.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Also from Indiana
Not yet.
Jones, I feared somebody pulling my heart out while it's still beating.
Now, technically, could we have called what Sam got my tractor stuck in quicksand? Because it sunk it up pretty deep.
Might be like quick mud.
Quick mud.
mud.
Yeah, I think that was just the creek. Good episode. Glad
Yes.
This
you're
is
here tonight,
fun.
man.
This was fun.
I'm here.
Candle has burned down quite a bit.
Yes, Tim.
As we close out, Nathan, would you like to extinguish the candle for the night?
Yes, I can.
Okay,
I sneeze
let's
in.
do it.
Or
Please
No,
sneeze into it,
please.
yeah.
You
Well, hey,
burned
let
that
me-
man to the
Hold on, I
moon
need to turn off
Let me do
all
this
the
sign.
equipment.
Let me do the sign off and then he blows it. And then
Perfect.
that's
You
done.
would just
Okay.
lick your fingers and go.
Yeah,
would
we'd
be
like
awesome.
to see it. Okay, ready? Okay, ready? There's more to come. Stay with us. There's more to come on Passages.
Oh, you had one job.
You can't kill Tim this way.
And you got wax all over the table.
Okay.
Gosh. Nathan. You had
What if Taylor and Ava bought us a trick candle and it just keeps reloading?
That would be great.
That would be something they would do. I'm glad they
Now
went
we're gonna
together to the store.
now we're gonna set off the smoke alarm.